What is going on, guys? Anger Collections in the house for another video. All right, so serious video today. No data, no paper, no nothing. We're basically gonna talk about my journey, and I know a lot of people are very curious with the whole flipping cards. Getting into this business. Going full time and part time, side hustle, and trying to think or ask the question, will can it replace your job? I just want to do a quick kind of like a storytelling video, right? Live stream. So backstory, we're gonna start from the beginning. Um, Definitely, we all started from the old days, man. I started playing Magic back in Ice Age, and just like everyone else, I played, quit, sold collection stuff like that. So it's definitely a same journey, just like everyone else, and moved over here, US, and then yeah, same thing, working, and eventually I got back uh playing FNMs and started to like open packs, all that stuff. I want to say around heavily around Lorwyn era, uh, somewhere around there. And then I didn't really quit, but I still kind of like active on like, oh, what's the new set and things like that. So I think when I got finally back with Magic, it was around, I want to say, Battle for Zendikar or something like that. Because like I quit so many times. I just kind of like thinking like, wow, like I don't this is like everything's like new again, It was Dragons of Tarkir, there's like Battle for Zendikar, so somewhere around there. And I wasn't really like buying collections, selling. I'm more likely just buying boxes and then opening it. Back then it was really just booster box. There's no collector box, no none of that. RFC, what is going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Anger. Have you edged enough for eternity? Have you edged enough? I didn't really buy a whole lot of Edge of Eternity, RFC. I only purchased like 6 collector packs. I did a small opening because that was the limit in one of the stores over here. So, I mean, I think the set is cool, and I think as far as Spider-Man goes, we might be doing a couple of openings, but nothing crazy like before, right? So yeah. So back to the story. I mean, eventually, I started doing live openings with on Facebook and started really doing the whole selling um, to the people that's watching the streams, right? I was trying to really get 1,000 subscribers back then on YouTube because on Facebook was the only place I can pretty much do live streams, and it was hard, man. It was hard, but eventually I got the 1,000 subscribers, and then from there I thought it was like, oh man, this is it. I can just go live every day. But um the box openings kind of like, it's nothing that great. Talking about Spider-Man, will it follow the wave Final Fantasy started? We talked about that, about the Spider-Man. Quick, honest opinion with Spider-Man, I don't think it's going to be at the level of Final Fantasy. I think it's going to be at the same level as just like any other core set, foundation set. It's more on like I want to say like basic set, but it's definitely not even Lord of the Rings Universes and Beyond level though. I think it's gonna be just a very standard, very kid friendly. Maybe there's like a cool variant. Maybe there's a cool ability, but overall, I think it's not gonna be. You know, I don't think it's gonna be nowhere near close Final Fantasy level for sure. So back to the story. So I was doing Facebook. I was already really heavy on selling singles on Facebook. I think I got like a lot of reference, so people will like know that you're a pretty legit seller, right? And then after that, I moved to TCG Player full time. So this was around like 2021. I quit my job, and then so that's pretty much it. I transitioned to Facebook, from Facebook to TCG Player full time, and so this is literally like I just quick story. That's jumpstart everything. So now, so from 2021 to 2025, full time, no job, full time TCG Player. So if you guys clicked on this video, so you know, flipping cards for a living, right? Can it replace your full time job? I can honestly say for myself, it's going to be different for everyone, but I can honestly say that it can replace your full time job. But still, there's a big but on that one. Whatever happened to me, it kind of like lined up to where I am at now with selling TCG Player. Because right now, I've been seeing a lot of people trying to get into this business. A lot of people trying to like watch videos on other content creators. Like, is it possible? I want to do it. I want to do like some side hustling, some, full time business. I'm tired of my job, things like that. The quick answer to that one is yes, you can definitely make money. Yes, it can actually replace your job. But there's always a big but in that one. It won't be the same for everyone. For me, what happened to me is definitely will be different because before I went full time on TCG Player, before I even decided on quitting my job, I accumulated over 100,000 of inventory, sealed singles, all of my personal collection. Some of you guys know I have a personal Power Nine. I have a full set of unlimited Power Nine. I have 80 revised dual lands, so two full set of revised dual lands, and that's not even including all of the commander decks that I have. If you guys been following me, you guys know, you guys know I had a shit ton of product. So even before jumping in, going full time, I actually didn't need any inventory. I didn't need any distributors because I already have an inventory to play with. And then from there, it's just pretty much snowball effect when it comes to like buying collections, like really just taking advantage of what I have even before doing this full time, Uh, Final Fantasy did 200 million in sale for one day. If you had a crystal ball, how much do you think will Spider-Man do for its one day? I don't think it's gonna be at that level, man. I think Final Fantasy is like an anomaly. It's like a black swan set, and it kind of it's because of like multiple things. It's not just the set. It's I think being in a summer set and having different kinds of cards in it. There's the serialized cards, there's like the neon ink, like the anime art cards and things like that. So it's like multiple things, and that's why it's like very, very successful. I'm not saying Spider-Man will be like a garbage set, but I don't think it's going to be nowhere near Final Fantasy or even Lord of the Rings level, honestly. So that's just my opinion, though. And I'm saying that it's because pre-orders for collector boxes for Spider-Man is very expensive in correlation on the whatever cards we've seen so far. So I think I don't know, 700 for the collector box is really expensive. So yeah, that's just me though. So going back to the story, I know some of you guys already know my story. But there's still a lot of people trying to get into this business, and and I know there's a lot of you guys um, trying to see if it's possible, right? And new players, new viewers, and for me, like I said, it's different for me because uh, before I jump in on going full time, I already have like a shit ton of product, and I also have already had experience with selling, packing, dealing with customers. Not to mention my job also, dealing with customer service and all that stuff. So I already had an experience. But to say like playing question, can TCG cards replace your job, your 9 to 5 job, whatever it is? I think it can, but it's going to be very difficult in the beginning. It's going to be very difficult to acquire a collection. It's going to be very difficult to really be consistent in the beginning. But if once you go through the first 2 years, I would say, and you really had that momentum going toward like buying collection, like in the beginning, even though I had all of that inventory, I was doing like breaking commander decks, really expanding my inventory. I wasn't really rushing into like selling things. I was just really maintaining and trying to get the momentum of my inventory, like a consistent sales. And then eventually you'll have kind of like a minimum sales per day, right? So you'll have like, I think I remember like from 20 orders a day to like 30 orders a day, and now it's like 50 plus orders a day, and that's not even like weekends, so it's gonna be a shit ton. So once you have that momentum going, um, you'll have like customers coming back and just really buying whatever price, even like pressure cards, so I think in the beginning it will be very hard, just like everyone else that's like saying that if it's possible, it is possible, but it's going to be very, very hard, super fast, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. So I think overall, if you are thinking of trying to get into this business, uh, I'm gonna say now that it's it's easy enough to do it, because all you gotta do right now is, if you have, because all of us love Magic, all of us have Commander decks, all have like personal collection. All you really need to do in the beginning is start from your collection. You know, start from your collection. Just gain the momentum, like build up that inventory into like a much bigger one. Because like you can just buy list some of the cards, you can trade some of the cards to the store, and then getting into the more inventory style, rather than like one of expensive card, or like reserve list cards, things like that. You want to go heavy on the inventory, and then after that you kind of just like start buying up collections, and then learn from mistakes, learn from like all everyday struggle, waking up early, buying supplies, trying to get better, trying to be faster. So all of that you can already learn, uh, just like by doing it consistent. Marcus Betts, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream, anger live stream. uh, Not angry today, very serious video. We're like trying to educate, trying to share my journey as a full-time reseller, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are tired of your job and you just want to create something different. And collectibles is very, very hot right now, so a lot of people are really trying to get into this business. And yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is like it is possible. You can make money. From 2021 to 2025 right now, still full time, no job, no, not even part time, not even like mowing grass or anything, just full time TCG player. And I even added eBay. So I guess that's my side hustle, right? eBay. But super fast overall, make it a calculated effort, make a plan for sure. Yep. Yeah, so as long as you have a plan, uh it's not complicated. It's really be consistent every day. Try to list cards every day, and yeah, it's a 24-hour job, man. It's not like a 9 to 5, like a set thing, like you clock in and clock out and then you're done. If you want to get into this business and you really want to quit your job, 24 hours. As far as like going to like websites, finding good deals, looking for collections, getting information on like Reddit, like Facebook, whatever it is, man. It's like a 24-hour effort, and yeah, I mean, just like my T-shirt over here, right? That's why I love this shirt. It's like tired. It's freaking 24/7 tired. Yeah, because there's no time limit. It's a full-time 24/7 effort, man. And yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to be in depth in detail, I think I remember I made videos about it, as far as like, 5 things of this, before getting into like full time. I think I made a lot of videos of that lately. I mean, videos of that like before, so you guys can just check it out. But I think in summary on like all of it, um, number one to think is definitely insurance. That's like the number one thing is like your insurance. And if you're lucky enough, like me, like I said, everyone else will be different. If you're lucky, if you have a wife, she works full time, and then all of our insurance is, with her. So like I said, everyone's gonna be like, because that's gonna be the main thing is insurance, health insurance, dental, all of that stuff, vision, all of that is with my wife. So that's the number one thing. And then the second is definitely taxes. So you have to do your taxes. Like before, you just clock in and clock out, and then the job does the rest, right? Now, if you want to get into this full time, even actually part time, you have to declare every sales, man. Um, you gotta have to like record all of your drives. One suggestion is I have an app, Miles IQ, and then it just tracks my drive. Or if you want to do like different, you can just save the receipt and then record the gas, and that's fine also. Uh, so and then every time you buy collections, every time you buy anything for your business, supplies, stamps, ink, printer, paper, all of that stuff, collection buying, if you buy to a store, if you sell to a store, things like that, all of that, you got to keep track of it. Have a receipt, or even like picture if there's no receipt. If you buy something in cash, you got to take a picture, have a recorded thing. Everything else, man, all of that, it's your responsibility. So be prepared for that one. So I think those are the main two big things that you have to worry before getting into this full time, even part time. So number one, definitely you gotta, whew, taxes and insurance. Those are, I want to say, the top two, and then everything else, bro. It's like 24 hours is not enough to really, I don't know, man. Growing, growing the business, trying to stay consistent and be like proactive on like anything. It's never ending. Let's see. As a former reseller, don't quit your job first. Make selling work for you until you can trade your job for card selling. Yeah, that's 100%. That's a 100% agree to that one. You really have to calculate and consider everything before even jumping in, like full time. Part time, that's fine. You can just still sell TCG player, but only turn on your inventory on the days that you can actually pack, ship, all that stuff. you can sell side, create an account and make that as a side hustle. But when you try, if you want to try this and do full time, and there's a lot of us now, a lot of people doing this. I'm not sure about like full time like me. I know there's a lot of people doing part time, but some people do this full time and also have a job. You know, like I said, I'm fortunate enough to do it full time with, and that's it. Because of the inventory that I had, and then I guess when I added YouTube, it kind of created this uh, kind of like internet customers. People try to message me and try to like, hey, do you have this? It's kind of like out of TCG player. It's more like a separate thing, but it's still recorded, right? So that's like one beauty about like me doing YouTube as well. Besides the whole goofy, other market and stuff like that, MTG finance, and then some of these serious videos, uh, it actually promotes my business, TCG player. So that's really that, man. I think as far as the worst thing that he can probably experience with the 4 years of me selling is you gotta have a tough skin. Definitely gotta have a tough skin when it comes to like losses, because there's no way that you'll have like a perfect, pretty much order or perfect like record of orders not getting canceled, orders, refunding, full refund, and customers saying that their order, like the card is not in the condition, so you gotta have you gotta be prepared for the small losses and the big losses as well. So that's another thing. If you're not up for that one, bro, this whole flipping cards is definitely not for you, man. But like I said, once you get the momentum going, uh, let's just say out of 100, you'll get like maybe less than five of those customers that will say, oh, where's my order? Or, the card's condition is not, up to like standard, things like that. Then that will be considered as like a refund, and out of 100, you'll probably get like five or, whatever. Then that's fine. But once you get a habit of that packing, shipping, your schedule on how you ship. Um, Man, out of 500, you're probably gonna have like maybe one or less than five orders like that. Because, like I said, once you have that uh, daily routine, whether yeah, it's just like a routine, like it's like a muscle memory. Like you wake up, you already know what to do, you already know what to do, where to go, and things like that. So I think you'll be you all of those losses will like really drop down. I'm not saying it's gonna go away, but just be prepared. There will come that you'll have that $20 or a $50 card that the customer will say that, oh, it's like it's gone, and then all you got to do is just refund and then block those customers. So that's that, man. So with the whole reselling, trying, what I noticed with uh this current market, and a lot of people trying to get into this business, with even like the scalpers uh getting into magic as well, right? From Pokemon, or even just like a random people that trying to just get into the whole Final Fantasy boom, with the collector boxes and all. I think it's important to talk about like this, because reselling is, like I said, it's not for everyone. All I can really say is just make a video, shared my journey and all, and yeah, I mean that's really it, man. Um, don't. I know there's a lot of content creators making the same videos about like, you know, can you replace your job with this whole um, TCG player or eBay, part time, full time, and there's a lot of advices out there. And all, like I said, all I can say is everyone's experience will be different, and some even like don't even have inventory and they manage to stay full time. It's kind of crazy. Like no inventory, but yeah. So I think don't forget shipping costs. Oh yeah, definitely don't forget the shipping costs. Because right now shipping is getting very expensive, man. Stamps getting expensive. The paper, the envelopes, all that is included. The ink, the stamps. So yeah, I mean, don't forget about that one. And that's one of the biggest thing too is uh, that's not. Sometimes we forget about when you ship a card and you're trying to set a price for your cards is the shipping and all your supplies. You gotta include that one. Right now, TCG Player, they're charging at the lowest is like $1.31 for shipping. So it helps. I think for me, I still consider like per order every time I ship any plain white envelope, I still kind of consider one order for like $1. But I know for sure it's like a lot more now. But yeah, so yeah, you're right, man. Don't forget about the shipping. I think the biggest hurdle for sure that you're gonna across, and that's mainly what I'm dealing right now. And shipping supplies got into your business a little. Yep. Is definitely looking for collections. Right now, I have possibly big collection, two big collection, and hopefully it goes through. Because looking for a good deal collection is different than like just getting a collection. Because, like I mentioned in I think the last two videos, if you don't win on the buy, you're already behind. So when you're buying collection and you bought it at the margin that you're not really, it's like a big loss already. So it's not going to be great. So it's probably better off you not buying that collection. So like I said, if you don't win on the buy, man, you're already behind. So just be careful. Buying good collection is it's way difficult nowadays because of the whole pricing. Everyone knows how to price their cards. It's really just a matter of like agreeing on the deal, right? So right now, buying collection in standard right now, like standard pricing, it's like 65% of TCG low, and some even want more than that now. You can't even buy at that rate pretty much anymore. But if you get lucky, 65%, especially if you're paying cash or if you're buying like the entire collection, so you can get around that rate still. But yeah, for some, that have like multiple 50 plus cards, 100 plus value cards, yeah, they're asking for more percent, right? And that's fine. That's fine. I usually stay away with those cards, 100 plus cards, because running full-time TCG player, I noticed that it's not really about the big cards. It's actually all about the small cards. And that's true, man. I can 100% tell you it's all about the small cards. It's not about the big cards. It's all about the commons and uncommons. Even those basic lands, all of those tokens, it's all about the volume. It's not about the one gilded drake, the one dual land that you sell. It's not all about that, man. This in full time, is all about the volume. It's all about the low end cards. You know, the $3, $5, and when you can find those kind of collection, um, usually you can buy them in bulk. So the rate for the $5 below cards is actually even lower, and that's fine. You know, because a lot of those people that's opening a lot of boxes and really don't like those low end cards, they will just sell it off, man. And that's like a gold mine. I'm telling you now, those collections are the gold mine. Those bulk like white boxes, those are what you want. You know, you don't want those $50, $100, $300 Galaxy foils. You know, all of those reserveless cards. Stay away with those, man. Stay away with those cards. Don't, because like as far as capital goes, like pretty much every capital that you got on that month is gone. Just buying all of those expensive cards. You want to buy those binders that have like bulk cards, those boxes that have like multiple rares, multiple mythics, unsorted. You know, even like the new cards. You know, you can sort them. You can sell all of those singles. The basic line, the tokens, bro, everything, man, everything counts when it comes to like the low end cards, man. So uh, I believe you. I buy the cheap stuff the most, yeah. And that's where all the profits, man. All the profits is in the low end cards, man. Like the stream, everyone would. I wasn't. I'm not really like. I wasn't expecting on like going live today. I just want to like really go live back to back. And about like this stream also is like just sharing my journey with the whole reselling, because it's just one of those days, man. When there's a big boom in the market, a lot of people wanting to open stores, a lot of people want to get into this business, trying to selling, flipping cards. So just trying to like share my experience overall. I'm not gonna say that it's like, yeah, it's gonna be the same for everyone. You're gonna be successful like me, things like that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm successful. I'm just saying that I went through the grind and I went through all ups and downs, all of this buying bad collections. You know, also stay away with foreign cards and stay away with foil cards. Oof, that's a big no-no. So buying those collections, man, you gotta experience all of it. Um, your journey is worth talking about. Oh, I appreciate that, super fast. So, like I said, everyone will have different experience from the beginning. 100%, man, 100%. Because some of you guys might even have like a better experience with like selling. You might even have like a much larger inventory, a much larger like better experience with the whole packing, shipping, reselling, where to sell, how to sell, because everything I learned up to this point is literally from all my mistakes from the beginning, like from the beginning. And the knowledge that I know now is pretty much from the knowledge from where I started playing Magic. So that's also included. And that's probably some part important, you know, because knowing cards, knowing the mechanics, knowing the game, how it plays, um, some might maybe even like the format too, like modern, standard, pioneer, commander, right? And have once you gather all of those information, you'll have a better understanding with how the singles market goes, man. I'm not really into, and some of you guys, all of you guys know that I'm not really heavy on sealed because logistics, not a big fan, man. You know, sealed, um, and also it's a much higher capital to get in with sealed. So it's like I'd rather go singles heavy than like sealed. I do some sealed, but not really to like Rudy level, right? Because for him, uh, it was backwards. Back then, he had he had like singles selling on eBay or maybe even TCG Player, right? He was really heavy on singles, and now he changed his model because of the fact that there's um, so many people ordering from him, and the demand is like insane to where like he doesn't have the, I guess, the people that he trusts the most to where they can help him, trying to sort singles. Before Rudy, Rudy does a lot of those sorting videos, bro. He has a shit ton of like reserve list singles. He has a shit ton of like standard cards before. I remember those sorting videos. If you guys remember those, man, back then Rudy is like really heavy on singles. But right now he's all about like freaking sealed product, man. But for me, if I have the capital, if I have the experience, as far as like distributors do, yeah, for sure, I'll probably get into the wholesale business, right? But right now, all of my experience is mm, leaning towards on the singles, and I can honestly say I know some stores already mentioned this, some YouTubers already mentioned this, that having the distributor, having a brick and mortar and all that stuff, isn't really like a big, I don't know, man, big factor of the success of your store, your business. It's not really all about having a distributor now. Not even like having a brick and mortar. It's all about like these buying collections, man, getting lucky on getting some of these collections from like players, collectors, and that's where all the profit, man. Not with distributor. Yes, maybe some set, like Final Fantasy, you can get lucky and get those product, and then you can either sell it right away or keep it sealed, things like that. If you have that model, yeah, you can probably profit on having a distributor. But in general, overall, it's all about buying collections, man. That's where it's at, and I'm pretty sure many many will tell you, resellers, that's where it's at, man. Not the distributor, not sealed product, not cracking a shit ton of sealed product. It's not there, man. It's not there. Even I can say sealed product. I open a shit ton of sealed product. $10,000 worth of VIP. You guys, you can check the videos. I have all the receipts. 10,000 worth of Double Masters 2022. $10,000 worth of, what is it? Commander Masters. Bro, I open a shit ton of product. A shit ton of product. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's cool. But as far as like profit goes, yeah, you'll get the volume. You get the volume of cards, and it's good for inventory. Cracking commander sets, multiple commander sets for singles, it's actually not bad. But profit wise, it's not the best. But building up your inventory, it's probably one of the quickest and easiest way to build up your inventory from the ground up. Uh, Hey dude, glad you are selling in from the move. Thanks for inspiring me to get my TCG Player store back up. Oh, what's up, dude? What's up, dude? Appreciate you hanging out, bro. Uh, hey, super fast TCG dude. Yeah, man. So, I think overall with the whole, I remember there was a news about the whole TCG Player thing, eBay. Um, uh, I guess I'm lucky because at the time my store was closed. I wasn't even selling singles around that time. So I don't know. I think it's just the whole TCG Player thing, man. It's you really, it's like putting the hours in and putting the effort. I think that's just like every everything that you want to be better, everything that you want to gain experience. It's just putting the effort, putting the hours, and from there just learn the mistakes, improve, and yeah, just learn from your mistakes and just get better every time. So that's really that, man. So right now, let me see. So buying collections, staying away. Also, I want to share one thing that you probably going to regret if you want to go, or yeah, before going on full time with this, is the hours of playing time Magic, the hours of like, building decks or just going to a store playing F&M. It's gonna be way less, if not zero time. Yeah, that's gonna be the another thing that I want to share is when you do this, all you think about is really the business. You look at cards way different than before. Like you look at, oh, this is cool, oh, this is cool variant, oh, I want to add it on my deck, things like that. That's gonna be way less, if not gone. I still have some decks. I still have some, commander deck. I still have some pre-modern, or I have like some pauper, because sometimes you have some free time to kind of enjoy, right? Like with this, with me doing YouTube videos, recording, all the short videos. This is my free time. This is like my fun time, right? But you know, after this, it's all just go time. Either I'm on the phone just trying to get information, trying to get let's see, topics on the video, or like trying to see what's in the market, what's happening in the market, if there's like a, I don't know, like a buyout or something, so just trying to stay active. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you'll probably regret in the beginning, but you'll accept later down the road that it's just part of it. If you do this full time, you can have less time playing, less time collecting, less time like the enjoyment on these cards. Maybe when you buy a collection, you kind of will get excited on like, oh wow, I bought an expensive card, but later down the road, it's like, oh man, I gotta sell this one. It's like, and then you do that multiple times, it's not gonna be fun anymore. So I think that's one part of going full time that you'll definitely regret, man. Is it's funny because we got into this business because of the fun of that game, right? You want to replace your boring job into this. Oh, I like playing Magic, I love collecting Pokemon, I want to do this full time. I want to make my hobby my full-time business, so I don't have to work, I don't have to like answer to anyone. In the beginning, it's like, oh wow, it sounds really good, right? It sounds fun, but in the end, it's it's way different, man. Especially once you go through your first year, your first 2 years, it's definitely going to be a different experience. Balance is key. My TCG player shop has been on fire. Thanks for Final Fantasy MTG. The trade box, what is going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, balance is. I mean, uh, that's probably the best word to use, especially if you have family. So family, you have two kids, school, they have program, basketball, they want to do this, they want to go out, so if my TCG player full time, I'm doing eBay too, so it's kind of like you really gotta find your rhythm when it comes to like daily activities, when to run your business, when you should relax. Because the thing is, I'm a workaholic, man. It's because it's kind of like one of my issues. It's like even before TCG player, even before running, I was like working full time as a manager. I'm really obsessed with success, man. I'm really obsessed with being the best, being better, like, and trying to not really beat anyone, but like trying to be a better version of myself every day. And I'm obsessed with it. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Sometimes I told I told my director, because I'm like the manager, right? So on top of me is literally my director. I told my I told my director, sometimes I don't really do all of this for the business anymore. Like sometimes I would go crazy. I'm gonna do all the work just because I want to prove myself that I can do it. Sometimes I'm like, I told my director, sometimes I don't do it for the job, man. Sometimes I just do it for fun. I just do it like challenge myself or some shit like that. I'm gonna like tell my employees, my supervisors, you guys do all of that. You guys do go on the front. I got this one. I got all the trucks. Don't worry about the trucks. I got it. So some sometimes I go crazy like that, man, and I'll go hardcore, freaking 12 hours. Like if they need like work, bro, I'm like the working manager. I don't do like the whole computer thing. Just sitting doing schedules, things like that. Bro, I'm not like that, man. I have time for that, but sometimes I even delegate that. I'm like a working manager, bro. Like, bro, I challenge myself a lot, man. I challenge. It's just trying to like I don't know, trying to make a point to myself that let's try to make let's do this better. Let's make it faster. Like doing an aisle or doing like a section. Like faster than like yesterday or something. It's so funny, but yeah, I mean, it just boils down to this, man. Same thing. All of that experience. I try to like list a lot of cards, even though like I have like almost zero sleep because like I'm trying to get all of the singles because like when there's a new set, all the profit is gonna be in the beginning first week, right? So, bro, no sleep, just freaking list everything. List everything, and then sometimes you have like a collection. Bro, I'm gonna sort this shit up, man. I gotta get all of this listed. I gotta get all of this sorted. Trying to beat everything, man. It's just, you know if you challenge yourself, I mean, it's not healthy, but bro, it's fun sometimes. Oh my god, it's crazy. Self motivation is key. Yeah, man. And it's also it's also good when if you see like improvement. Like some people like would do the same exact thing, but there's no improvement. It's like the same thing. But I don't know, man. I guess some people are like that, and maybe it's a sickness. I don't know. Am I sick? Am I sick? It's just hungry for success, hungry for like improvement. Like I always tell my supervisors, I always tell my employees, like don't be afraid of failures. If anything, bro, fucking fail, fail hard, fail every day, and then try to be better and learn from that failure, man. Because if you just I don't know, man. Buy the book. Things. Sometimes I hate my director because he's always by the book. He's always like I don't know, man. Watching the cameras and all that stuff. And I'm always like I'm always trying new things. I'm always trying to beat what I don't I don't know, bro. I think I'm sick, bro. I don't know. Oh my god. Uh, Question: was there a change in how you organize your singles inventory that improved the system as a whole? Tips, advice. As far as uh, inventory goes, from the beginning, I will tell you this is what happened from the beginning. I have a 2K box, a shoe box. That's all my inventory. And then I started with just listing cards, and then it's just all lined up. So every time I look for an order, I just look like that, right? I look everything. So from 2,000, it became 4,000, but it's like organized like that. There's no color. There's no like foil, non-foil. There's no like alphabetical. It's literally just like as I list cards, I just dump it in the 4K box, and then as I'm like feeling the wasted time, my wife said, helpful, right? My wife kind of just like, hey, why don't you? Because I'm telling her that I'm using a lot of time, I'm doing all of this, and um, she kind of created and kind of helped me on how to organize everything. uh, as far as like I start with color, so it makes easier, right? So I started with the color, right? So everything is by color, and then it got better, right? So I started with by color, like Woburg Land Artifact Multicolor. So it's all lined up. It's still doing right now. I'm still doing it, and then it got better. I got quicker on like packing, shipping, pulling the cards, and then from there, I started doing alphabetical. You know, so by color and then alphabetical now, right? So I started doing that. Then as I'm accumulating more collection, I started, oh wow, I'm doing more orders. I'm doing it much quicker. What else can I improve? So from by color, by alphabet. So now I separated non-foil and foil. So now I have all separated, foil, non-foil, right? All of that. And then I even separated so now my current inventory, non-foil, foil, and foreign cards. So now I have like 2 rows of that. And I even separated all of the commons and uncommons that I have multiples. So I have sleeved cards for the non-foil, foil, and foreign cards, and I have non-sleeved cards of the same color for the cards that I have multiple of, like maybe 12, 20, 40 even. So all of those are separated. So now if I get an order, it's much, much quicker for me. And even if, let's just say, that's just pulling the cards, it also helped me relist all the cards that sold much quicker. Because if I have like multiple, right? One advice too: don't list all the cards that you have. As far as like copies, if you have 20 fatal push, don't list all 20 fatal push. Like only list like maybe 4, maybe even 8 or 12, because sometimes you get bought out by like one person. On the basic lands, I guess that's fine, but like as far as like the multiples, I would get like the copies and then relist it. It's much easier that way. So as far as like, or you know inventory or being organized, that's how I organize everything now. It's by non-foil, foils, and then foreign cards. And then all of the cards that I have multiples, it's also separated in like one box. And I even went further. I even went further. If there's a new set, like let's say Final Fantasy, right? If there's a new set, those Final Fantasy cards that I just listed, it's actually separated from the inventory. So if new set, right? People will be buying those new set. Those cards are already in front of me, not even like in the inventory. It's like literally in front of me. So it's much easier. It's just right there. And then after the set kind of like died down, or I have no more cards to list, I'll put those cards now to the inventory, and then now on to the next one. I don't know, Edge of Eternity or like Spider-Man, right? So I put all of those cards in front of me. Just the new set, bro. Just the new set. Let's see. Have you filmed yourself how you handle shipping, from how you get an order to packing and shipping? I don't know if I filmed myself as far as like how packing, shipping. And there's actually a lot of videos of those now. There's different ways how you ship them in, but it's almost like you know plain white envelope. You fold the paper and you use top loader, and on the low end cards you can even just use like a, I don't know, like a sleeve, and just like put filler cards. Those works. I've sent thousands of orders. I'm gonna be hitting 50,000 completed sales on TCG Player, and a sleeve and filler cards works, man. works, and um you don't have to use the non-machinable stamp, which is very expensive now. It's like $1.19 or something. You can just use forever stamp, man. It works. You may get out of like 100, you probably get like a one or two that will come back. So I mean that counts as like a shrink or something, or like a loss. But overall, forever stamps works, man. But yeah, I don't have any video. Maybe I do. I don't know. But yeah, so when I get a collection, it's really it stays. It does. I don't like list them right away. There's a good card. Good thing you pointed that out, man. The card that I bought recently. It's the Spark from Final Fantasy promo. I think it's like a WPN Gateway card foil. So I got two the Spark foil, and I have two Calling Ritual, same thing, the Gateway foil promo. So I just got those like probably 3 weeks ago, and at the time, I guess TCG low pricing back then, it was like 10, 12, 25. As I was trying to list cards later, I mean a while ago, bro, those cards, holy shit, I don't even know what happened to those cards, man. This Spark is like $50+ card. One card for a foil. And the Culling Ritual, Jesus Christ, it's like $60, $70 for the foil, man. I bought the whole lot. I bought the whole lot of collection. It was like $80. The whole lot. I even made a video about it. Check a little, like probably like 5 or 6 video from this is I bought a collection with those cards. I think I bought like $80, and there's like two Calling Ritual, two the Spark, and then now it's like it's very expensive. So every time I buy a collection, I don't rush into things, man, because this business, you don't really need to rush. The only time you need to rush in this business is when there's like a new set that came out, and all of those regular cards. I'm talking about the base cards, man. Those cards, even some of those expensive cards, the most profit, the highest value is definitely in the first week or even like the first month, man. But probably separate video about this whole thing, the whole new cards and like the variants, because I'm seeing that a lot of these high-end, high variant reprints, they actually don't like really tank. They actually maintain their value because of a lot of people are getting into the whole collecting and trying to I guess, like, I don't know, like bling out their decks. So I'm seeing like a lot of these highly played, high variant card foil, glitter, all that stuff. They actually maintain their value. Even some of them actually goes up in value. Yeah, I mean, overall, you don't really need, when you buy a collection, you don't need to rush it, man. You don't need to rush it. You kind of just go with your flow, go with your motion. I usually go with the low end cards. That's where I started. All the commons and uncommons, I want to sort everything out, and then I go like from there, go expensive. I even not list if the card is like listed at $10 or more. I usually like hold off on those. I just start with like the commons and uncommons. So I don't know. Um that's just how I like pretty much organize and have a system in my head, right? I don't know. It's just me, I guess. But uh, thanks. That's about where I am at as well. It just takes time. Yeah. Once you get to the multiple thousands of inventory, TCG dude, um, that's probably the only way, honestly, the only way to get your inventory will help you. Like make your system help you, because the way you, like, let's say you print paper, and then after you print the paper, you will like get the cards. Like you will pick through the cards, and the most time is definitely picking the cards, man. Packing and shipping, that's nothing. It takes less than a minute to pack one order. So the big chunk of time that you will use is definitely the picking the cards. And if you can get that like sorted out to where you can, I don't know, out of 150 orders is like nothing for you, man. Um, yeah, I mean, that's it. Whatever works, it works, man. But for me, that's, man, that's like easy. Mira, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. I have a copy of SIR. Should I keep it or should I wait to see the value to settle first? I have a copy of SIR. Which SIR? Is it Pokemon? Was it Pokemon or what kind? SIR? That's Pokemon, right? Secret rare? Illustration rare, right? Secret illustration rare. It depends. Well, I mean, mostly we're talking about Magic over here, but with Pokemon, is definitely different, man. Pokemon is a different beast, honestly. It's with Pokemon, you deal with collectors. It's not really, you're not dealing with players. I actually hate selling Pokemon singles. I stay away buying Pokemon singles. It's just because the fact that buyers, people that buy singles in Pokemon, they want a freaking PSA 10 copy. If you list it at near mint, boy, you better just send a PSA 10, man, because if that's there's like a white, not like a dot, they will say it's light plate. So I stay away with Pokemon, but it really depends with what kind of SIR do you have. If it's highly sought after, usually the play is to have it graded if it has a good cornering, and then from there, as far as value goes, that's where you get the most value is when you grade the Pokemon card. The single wise, modern, there's this whole chatter about like modern is like getting saturated with like so much. I heard there's a new set that's like, what's this, Mega Evolution. There's some like Charizards again. There's a chatter. I mean, if you guys notice, if doing some Pokemon, right, the whole Umbreon Prismatic Evolution thing, it's getting flooded. That card, the Umbreon, started from 1,700 one card, and now it's like below 1,000. So it's getting flooded. Modern is getting saturated with so much supply now. So it's really depends on what you want, man. If you want to get the most value, if it's gradable, I would grade it, and then sell it. If you like the card, I mean, why would you sell it, man? If you like the card, right? If you want to collect it, man. So that's really my opinion with Pokemon. But very, very different dealing Pokemon and Magic. Very different as far as like how you sell, how you buy, how you look at those TCGs. Very, very, like, so different, man. Buying collections, night and day. I don't know. It's just different. Like the way you consider buying a Pokemon collection versus buying MTG collection, night and day, man. Night and day. Have you heard of the secret recent Kickstarter card sorting machine around $400? RFC? No, man. These are my card sorter right here. I still like to feel the cards. I've never heard about like a card sorting machine that's like $400. It's not like I don't trust it. It maybe like will help you like faster in sorting, but I just like to use my hands sorting. I can feel the cards. I got in the habit of it, so I have no problem with, sorting by hands. And it's much easier for me to like really separate the value right away, from there. I may miss some of them, some random comment from like a new set, but overall, like I said, I don't rush into selling things. Sometimes I mean, shit, like all the uncommons that I accumulated from Florida, I haven't even like sort them or like sell those cards, man. And I have like probably 30 to 50,000 uncommons from like multiple sets, from like vintage to like new sets, man. So yeah, I just kept accumulating uncommons. The common cards, those were the first to go. And then from there, I mean, I just kept all the uncommons. It's just, I don't know, just I don't know, man. At some point, I need to sort them and start selling all those through, because there's a lot of high end and like valuable uncommons, man, all throughout Magic, man. So yeah. Um, I'm not gonna hold you guys. Oh my god, it's like an hour. I appreciate you guys hanging out today, man. Damn. Wow, 1 hour. Appreciate you guys. This video is kind of like an overall in general as far as like business goes, my whole entire reseller's journey. I know there's probably more to talk about as far as like things within the reselling, but I think if you guys watch all through, you can kind of have like an idea. But yeah, so I'm not gonna. Thanks, dude. Catch you around. Yeah, all right, man. TCG, dude. So I'm not gonna hold you guys, man. 1 hour. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate all the new subscribers, subscribing, liking the comment, commenting, and all that stuff. I read all of them and I reply to basically all of them. I like the interaction. So yeah, so that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, oh, hold on. I gotta go have fun, my dude. All right, man. Uh, yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, yeah, like and subscribe. Uh, make sure to click the bell notification so you don't miss any of the videos, man. So yeah, Anger out, boys. Peace.